With Veep out of the running as it takes an extended hiatus, the time is ripe for another HBO comedy, Silicon Valley, to finally win at this year's Emmys. Veep has claimed the last 3 Best Comedy Series trophies, while Silicon Valley has consistently played second fiddle. It has been nominated for Best Comedy Series, writing and directing for each of its first 4 seasons. It is the 4th show in Emmy history to achieve such consistency, following Best Comedy Series winners 30 Rock 2007-2010, Murphy Brown 1989-1992, and Cheers 1983-1986. Pundits continually underestimate Silicon Valley at the Emmys, perhaps because apples-to-apples comparisons to Veep are easy. Both are contemporary satires featuring actor Zach Woods that air in the spring on Sundays in HBO's 10 o'clock hour under showrunners who previously wrote and produced both Curb Your Enthusiasm and Seinfeld. With odds of 8-1, Silicon Valley currently ranks 4th in the race for Best Comedy Series. Conventional wisdom has been that if voters move on from Veep, will want to embrace something radically different, but the Emmys are less adventurous than they get credit for. Dramedies rarely win Best Comedy Series. Orange is the New Black was thought to be a threat to ending the reign of Modern Family in 2014. Transparent seemed a strong alternative to Veep in 2015, and Atlanta was considered the primary challenger to Veep last year, but none have made it to the winner's circle. The buzzed about new contender this year is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, yet another dramedy. But the safer and more sensible prediction is the contender that most resembles Veep. Silicon Valley has widespread support across the branches of the Academy, which no comedy other than Veep has been able to claim recently. The only difference between the two is that Silicon Valley has been less a favorite with the actors branch. Veep and Silicon Valley had a combined 12 submissions across the writing, directing and editing categories last year. All 12 were nominated, leaving just 5 slots for other comedies in the 3 categories. These were filled by Atlanta and Master of None. In addition to being nominated for their casting and sound mixing, the 1-2 punch of Veep and Silicon Valley has also demonstrated its prowess with nominations for their cinematography and production design. No other Best Comedy Series nominee was nominated for either last year. Granted, Silicon Valley has barely been a presence in the acting categories, reaping only a Best Actor nomination for Thomas Middleditch 2 years ago for the 3rd season. But these races represent the sentiments of just one branch of the TV Academy, which is not the largest, as it is at the Oscars. Silicon Valley has had the support of more branches than any comedy other than Veep, including the Sound Mixers, which is an especially predictive group, perhaps because their nominations are so conservative. The Best Half-Hour Sound Mixing category has been around for 11 years and has always counted the eventual Best Comedy Series winner among its nominees. Transparent and Orange is the New Black have never been nominated by the Academy's sound mixers, nor was Atlanta last year, despite the tendency of sound mixing awards to be biased toward music-driven fare. Atlanta was also snubbed for its sound mixing by the Cinema Audio Society, which counts both TV and film sound mixers among its membership. That group awarded Modern Family 5 times. When they finally moved on this year, it was to Silicon Valley. Even Curb Your Enthusiasm, which paved the way for Veep and Silicon Valley, and which returned to HBO this season after an extended hiatus, does not have the depth of support of Silicon Valley. It did not join Veep and Silicon Valley as a directing, production design or sound mixing nominee at the recent Guild Awards. Its backing is relatively top-heavy and does not extend as much to the so-called steak eaters of the Academy. Yes, Silicon Valley is an aging show and reviews are not what they used to be, but it has been relatively immune at the Emmys to date, having dropped from 11 to 10 nominations from its 3rd to 4th season, after having received only 7 for its 2nd. Make your Emmy predictions, so that Hollywood insiders can see how their shows and performers are faring in our odds. You can keep changing your predictions as often as you like until just before nominees are announced on July 12th. And join in the fun debate taking place right now with Hollywood insiders in our television forums. Read more Gold Derby Entertainment news.